Have you ever argued with someone completely sure you were right? We've all done it. It is a common experience, one in which we feel so convinced of our perspective that we cannot imagine that we are wrong. In those moments, our confidence can be so strong that it seems unbreakable. It is natural to defend our point of view. After all, our opinions and beliefs are a fundamental part of who we are. They define us and give us a sense of identity. But what happens when that security turns into an unshakable belief in our own moral superiority? When we start to think that we are not only right, but that we are morally superior to others? What happens when we stop listening, questioning, and start judging? Instead of opening ourselves to new ideas, we close ourselves off and become critical of those who do not share our opinions. That's when self-reliance takes root. We feel so confident in our righteousness that we stop considering other perspectives. Self-sufficiency is a dangerous form of self-deception. It makes us believe that we are infallible, that our opinions are the only valid ones. It whispers to us that we are always right, that others are wrong, and that our way is the only one. This self-deception may be comforting, but it is also limiting. It is a shield we use to protect ourselves from vulnerability, but in doing so, we build walls instead of bridges. We isolate ourselves in our own certainty, missing the opportunity to grow and learn from others. The problem with self-reliance is that it thrives on division. Create an us versus them mentality, where we see ourselves as morally superior and others as inferior. This type of thinking generates judgments, resentments, and conflicts. In relationships, self-sufficiency is toxic. It erodes trust and intimacy, making it impossible to have genuine connections. When we are so busy proving ourselves right, we stop listening to understand. We become deaf to other perspectives, and our relationships suffer. Self-reliance also stifles personal growth. When we believe that we are always right, we close ourselves to learning and evolution. We become rigid in our thinking, unable to see our own flaws or accept new ideas. Imagine for a moment that your perspective is a window. When we approach life with humility and openness, our windows are clear and wide. We can see the world in all its complexity and beauty. But self-sufficiency covers our windows with grime, distorting our vision and trapping us in a narrow world of our own creation. Section 4. The value of being imperfect. The antidote to self-sufficiency is humility. Humility allows us to see ourselves clearly and accept our limitations. It is the courage to admit when we are wrong, to recognize our mistakes, and to approach the world with a spirit of learning. By doing so, we not only grow as individuals, but we also strengthen our relationships with others. Humility is not about being weak or submissive. It's about having the strength to be vulnerable, to show our true emotions, and to be honest with ourselves and others. To let go of the need to always be right. By letting go of this burden, we find a freedom that allows us to live more authentically and fully. When we accept imperfection, we open ourselves to growth and connection. We give ourselves permission to learn from our mistakes, and to be more compassionate with ourselves. We become better couples, friends, and human beings. Acceptance of our imperfection allows us to build deeper and more meaningful relationships. We begin to see the world through a lens of compassion and understanding, recognizing that everyone is fighting their own battles. This perspective helps us to be more empathetic and offer our support in a genuine way. In the end, humility and acceptance of our imperfection allow us to live a richer, more connected life, filled with love and understanding for ourselves and others. Section 5. The Inner Journey. The path to overcoming self-reliance is a lifelong journey. It is not a straight or easy path, but one full of curves and unexpected challenges. Every step we take brings us closer to a deeper understanding of ourselves. It requires constant self-reflection, a willingness to challenge our own biases, and the ability to look inside ourselves honestly. It is a process that asks us to be vulnerable and open to the possibility of change, and the value of being wrong. But the rewards are immeasurable. Through this journey, we learn to accept our imperfections and see them as opportunities for growth. When we let go of the need to be right, we free ourselves to live with more joy, love, and authenticity. We connect more deeply with others and with ourselves, creating more meaningful and authentic relationships. We begin to see the world as a classroom, not as a court. Every experience, every interaction, becomes a valuable lesson that helps us grow and evolve. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. It is a reminder that life is a continuous journey of learning and discovery. For more reflections on vulnerability, courage, and living with an open heart, follow me. Let's continue this conversation together. Together, we can explore the depths of our souls and find the beauty in our shared humanity.